So in this segment, we're going to be talking about culture war crap and the BBC U-turning on a song decision and why no one should really care about it and what you should really be concerned about. So Rule Britannia will be sung at the last night of the prom. So this article is slightly old. I think it's about the start of the month, but it's important. Something I want to cover, but whatever, So the BBC has reversed the decision not to have Rule Britannia and Land of the Hope and Glory sung at the last night of proms. One of the reasons was it's linked to colonialism and slavery. But the BBC said it was because of COVID, but I think that's fake news from the BBC there. But the BBC U-turned on it. We got Oliver Dowen, or should I say Oliver Dower, after his party's performance, dealing with COVID and the economy. Pleased to see the common sense has prevailed on the BBC proms. Does he even watch BBC proms? Who knows? But the things you should really be concerned about is the fact that our COVID rate is going up. We're above the the EU curve is slightly above us, but as you can see, theirs is flattening out a bit more. Ours is still on an upward trajectory. That's the EU average. We can see Portugal is starting to flatten out whilst we're still on an upward curve, and also Spain is dipping. Hopefully it continues to do that. That's something you should be concerned about, the fact that our economy's been hit the worst out of the majority of developed countries. Also the fact that the furlough scheme, the new kind of furlough scheme, is not great. And it doesn't really help as much as the first one, so you can see a lot of unemployment and hours being cut. But this joker here wants to, be a culture warrior.
Mr. Speaker, I wonder.
He's playing his crappy song because he wants to be a patriot. But question, this article by Jack Pete. He's got a question for us. This is from 2019. Question: what does Conservative MP Jacob Rees-Mogg, Brexit financier Aaron Banks, and right-wing media owners Sir David and Sir Frederick Barclay have in common? You might think the answer is simple. They're hugely influential pro-Leave backers, but the reality is far more sinister. All of the aforementioned personalities were caught up in the Paradise Papers leak. And for anyone who doesn't know, the Paradise Papers were basically a list of tax evaders who were using offshore tax havens to swindle money out of their selected countries. They didn't have to pay tax. So this Mr. Patriot here doesn't pay his fair share of taxes. And you could talk about, tax being theft and all that crap. I really don't care. But he signed the social agreement, I think it was called, where basically he will abide by the rules of the country, and in exchange he's allowed to live here. And so if he didn't want to pay the taxes here, move to Monaco. But no, he's still here. He's moved his investment firm to Ireland because he wants to go to a lower tax place that won't be impacted by Brexit, and he can still trade with EU businesses and things like that and invest in EU businesses. But the so-called patriot is so desperate to leave and so desperate for sovereignty that he commits tax evasion, and he's moved his company to Ireland. He's made a lot of money from Brexit through shorting the pound. His company have. And yeah, what more can you say? Don't fall for this culture virus crap. Be concerned about what's going on with the furlough scheme, whatever they're calling it now, the jobs retention scheme. Be concerned with the coronavirus. Obviously, don't live your life in fear, because a life lived in fear is no life at all. But don't fall for this culture war nonsense when they blame immigrants. This is something typically that Trump does. Be careful. The immigrant is trying to take your stuff. When realistically, you should be watching out for these guys, because what do you know about Trump? He's only paid $750 in federal income tax. And so these guys, they pay a lot more, but they're also avoiding a lot as well. And these so-called patriots won't pay the taxes, but will get involved in crap like this. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.